Hello and welcome along to Kranji ahead of Derby Day for 2019. The 1 million Singapore dollar feature will take place here later on this afternoon. I'm pleased to say that Ray Yong has joined me here in the parade ring. Ray, really looking forward to this year's Derby. You would have seen a few Derbies.
Yes, I've seen for about 9 years, I believe. Yeah, it's been a long time though.
And of those winners, any standout for you as far as winners down the years have gone?
I remember Chase Me under Joe Moreira. You came back from the front, from the back, and then beat them by about a few lengths. You know, that was the most memorable Derby I've ever seen.
Yeah, interesting. Ray mentions Joe Moreira. Two Brazilian riders have won the race 3 times in the last 10 years. And Bernardo Pinheiro is going to join the lineup this year. He rides Mr. Clint for the Oscar Stable and Lee Freedman. Lee Freedman has got a very strong hand in the race. We start at 1:20 p.m. here this afternoon. As far as the going's concerned, no rain both yesterday and today, but they have put 9 millimetres of irrigation on today and 12 yesterday. So it's going to be good going. Long Course B in action, all the racing on the turf here this afternoon. The feature is the Derby, as I've said, and Ray, that's a race I think we should probably focus our attention on. And I guess first and foremost, it's all about the mare. What's new?
Yeah, what's new? You have won 2 times, of course, the first and second round. But stepping on distance, she looks good, of course, with 1.5 kilo claims, the handicap. Of course, we're all eyes on her. We hope she can win, but I put my money on Sacred Course.
You do. More on him in due course. Obviously, the What's New, Better Life, Jolly Shinju have both won this race as mares. Jolly Shinju back in 2009. So it would be quite appropriate 10 years on if another mare could do the Triple Crown. But it was a different Triple Crown back then.
Yeah, it was different. We didn't have the three rounds, but this time
we had a Derby trial.
Yeah, Derby trial. Yeah, it's a bit different. But maybe it'll be a headline if the mayor beat all the gelding. Yeah,
it certainly would be, and fair point made as well. Obviously, it's a huge story. Of Group 1 or Grade 1 winners, Elite Quartito will be a first Derby ride for young No Sonari. Wishing him very well indeed. He was a Group 1 winner or Grade 1 winner in Brazil. So we might actually get a bit of an angle on him through Bernardo Pinheiro. We're going to have a chat with him later on today as well, maybe. I'm not sure if he rode in the race. And Jolly Shinju, obviously the other mare, and Better Life, both winning the Derby. I mentioned Lee Freedman. He's got a strong hand. What did you think was the pick of his runners in the race? He's got Heliosphere, Super Dynasty, and a few others as well.
I actually looked for Sun Marshall. I thought he has not met What's New, I Guy, and Sacred Course. I think he'll be a black horse to look out for, no? Because they've not met anyone of a contender before.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Sacred Course. He's your top pick. Obviously, he's run really well in the 2 lead-up races. He would be sick of the sight of What's New now because he's seen her backside on 2 occasions.
But I thought, the couple of races, I thought he was, especially the last one, he was raised wide, and then he just seems like a little bit more distant. So, and then with Benny Buffer on board, with such a great riders, I'm rooting for him.
And what about the MMW stable, Ray? They've got a couple of runners in the race. They've got Glasgow, who's going to be the mount of Mark Lerner. He's drawn out in the car. I think he's starting from Johil Baru. He's that far wide. And Nimble. Now, we spoke to Miller One of the owners at the barrier draw. He basically got up and said Nimble will win the Derby. Confident?
No, not for me. I think he's a sprinter for Limbo. And Glasgow, rather tough. Yeah,
it's going to be tough for Glasgow indeed. Look, I really like What's New. I think she can do it. She's obviously a wonderful mare. And Cliff Brown, what great form Cliff's in Friday night. He says he can't train 2-year-olds, Ray. And since he said that, he's run 3 and he's won 3.
Yeah, he was joking, I believe. He was a very humble guy.
Good horses, he said.
Very humble guy, right? But I will congratulate the Inferno for bringing it 2 years up.
And what did you think of that 2-year-old winner?
Yeah, I think he's expected because he has only got 1 run, so this time around he won it fair and square.
Indeed. So Sacred Course for you in the Derby?
Yep, Sacred Course.
Sacred Course for Ray. What's new for me? I think the story is going to be one centred around a leading lady. That's the Derby. Obviously, it's the 61st running of the Derby in its current form. It was first run back in 1880, I think, for the grand princely sum of £150. So a lot of water under the bridge since then. And as for Sacred Course, he's ridden by Benny Woodworth, who won the Derby back in 1992. It's been a long time since then.
I wasn't here yet. I can't really tell you. Yeah, a long time.
Ray wasn't here. I certainly wasn't here. But anyway, Sacred Course, what's new for us in the Derby? Of the undercard, Ray, a couple of best bets and value bets. What did you like most?
I thought race 2 online because we have a couple of runs was pretty good. And looking at the 2 years old Ford Mustang was all average, though he got a claim of 48.5 kilo. But I think the online will be the one hard to beat.
Is it your best bet of the day?
Yeah, best bet of the day.
Got a bit of value for the punters as well? Any value?
No, not so much.
No value? No, but you haven't got a value bet?
I haven't thought about it yet. Yeah.
No value bet for Ray. He's keeping his cards very close to his chest. Any closer, they'll be part of your respiratory system. Race 6, number 3 and 4 punts for me. Obviously, the big story could be if he gets in the Derby. He's the first emergency, but likelihood is, I think at this stage, he more probably won't. But we haven't had any word through just as yet. So race 6, number 3 and 4 punts, my best bet in that class 3. And my value, race 10, number 4, horse called Wind of Liberty. Mark Lerner running for Hideyuki Takaoka. I think he can certainly run well, or she can certainly run well in the last race. It's going to be a long day, but looking forward to it, Ray.
Yes.
Always nice to have these big group ones.
Yes, the big good race now Derby, of course, 16 runners, very exciting. We hope all you can join us.
Indeed. Well, Ray, thanks for your company.
Thank you.
And thanks for yours as well. Do hope you've enjoyed this preview. Do stay tuned to Crown G Broadcast TV for all the latest updates and results throughout the course of the afternoon. From myself and Ray here in the parade ring ahead of racing, it's goodbye.